From our perspective, we believe that there are only three core infrastructures. There is a mobile infrastructure, a wireline, next generation infrastructure, as well as now, which is starting to emerge more, is the internet data center as a revenue generating infrastructure. So if you were to consider those three infrastructures from which revenue is generated, and then if you were also to map what the service provider does across those three infrastructures, it becomes simpler. So basically, any service provider simply creates a service, activates that service, assures or manages that service, and then simply collects usage and charges for that service. So if you could consider that as a matrix, we've then mapped what we have in software, which is a very rich array of software assets, across every part of a service provider's business. ISM as a form or a means of re-architecting their core infrastructure or their core operations is a need that every service provider has. Every service provider accepts that they need to do it. The way that we need to be able to articulate it clearly to them is that we can start to reduce the pain in pieces. Don't try and necessarily go in and replace their existing infrastructure. It won't be successful. From a HP perspective, some of the biggest challenges that we face, again, is to be efficient in putting together an integrated service management architecture. Knowledge of, or intimate knowledge of a service provider's business is key. And the challenge we often have as a company is having enough people who understand the level of detail that you need to really make this a success. HP at this stage is totally unique in being able to address this operational infrastructure across both the telecom and this new data center infrastructure from which revenue is generated from. In those terms, I believe nobody can touch us today. I would expect every account manager to be able to position and to explain ISM to a customer. That's a fundamental of any account manager, I believe. But we are spending a lot of time and effort training our product specialist organisation to not just represent product, but represent it with what I call a solution orientation.